If you're looking to come in out of the cold, how about a Broadway show in a nice, cozy theater? Steve Schonberg is back this morning to fill us in on this winter's hot tickets. Some really big shows to talk about here.
Sure.
We got Frozen, which is, I know they're redoing the St. James Theater right now.
Exactly.
Accommodate all the set pieces.
Little known film. Maybe you've heard of it, of course.
I think a few kids saw that film,
Yeah, another addition to the Disney theatrical tradition on Broadway. We've got Aladdin right now. We've got The Lion King, currently celebrating 20 years. And Frozen's going to enter that this winter. What I'm so excited about is I love this movie, and they've expanded upon it with double the music and so much more material. And it's just, I mean, what a great thing to bring families to. If some remember, before Disney was on Broadway, what Times Square used to be, love it or hate it, it's really become a place and a tradition of, to enjoy it with everybody. And Disney really drives that forward in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. A different subject matter here. Jerry Springer, the opera.
Not for families.
Yes.
You got that one?
Yes, I did. Not for the kids. All right.
So Jerry Springer, the tabloid hero in some ways, or hated in other ways. It's an opera about the show, and what it is Jerry's worst guest ever, the devil.
Oh, he's come to collect, eh?
And so Jerry's played by the incomparable actor Terrence Mann, and the devil played by Will Swenson, who we just saw in the film The Greatest Showman.
Sure, yeah.
And it's all about sort of our obsession with public humiliation and then redemption and that cultural cycle of that.
Yeah.
And this was a huge hit in London back in the early 2000s. We were promised it on Broadway 10 years ago. It didn't happen, but it's back thanks to the new group at the Pershing Square Signature Center.
All right. I'm interested to see how it'll play, especially, with today's media landscape.
Yeah.
Always a theatrical tour de force. We've seen versions of Angels in America, and people are excited about this production coming around.
Tony Kushner's seminal work, it's an epic piece so many of us loved, and it really opened a lot of people's eyes to the crisis of AIDS in the 80s and lifestyle and really just being gay at that time. And looking back now, it's as important as ever. It's going to be back on Broadway. This is one of those plays where you have to go 2 nights.
Yeah, it's such a long one.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 2 parts of it, and you can either see it back to back or you can see it in different nights. I encourage people to see it back to back. You can see a matinee and then an evening performance. It's starring Nathan Lane and Andrew Garfield. And
Lane is playing Roy Cohn.
Yeah.
Which I understand in London is just tremendous.
Huge hit. And a lot of other members from the London cast came over. This was a big hit recently in London, so another one.
Wanted to see. Okay, tell me about the Green Room 42.
Sure.
Interesting title.
Well, I've talked about cabaret on the show before, and I recently did a shoot at this venue. I hadn't been there before. I'd heard about it. And what I loved about it is it's casual, it's relaxed, it's really fresh and modern and young. And it's at the Yotel, which is a cool kind of funky hotel around 10th Avenue and 42nd Street. And they have really cool talent coming up. So if you're not in the mood for like a big Broadway show or an off-Broadway show, just go for 75 minutes, see a star up close and personal. Coming up is Eva Noblezado, who currently plays Kim in Miss Saigon on Broadway, Francis Raffel, who was the original Eponine in Les Miserables, and Lillias White, the amazing Lillias White.
Yeah. That's an endorsement.
Yeah.
Before we go, a little less than a minute here, but we got to talk about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, another production that kind of comes in 2 parts.
Yes, it's the most awarded show in the Olivier Awards in London, and it's coming over. Yeah, and it shows Harry as an adult with a child named Albus, and Harry's battling his own demons from the past, and Albus is sort of dealing with the legacy that he didn't ask for. And it's about that sort of struggle, and that evil can come from very unexpected places. It's another 2-parter where you have to go either back to back or different performances. But I think this is going to be one that, while it enters just in our time this year, we're going to be talking about this for years.
Okay. All right, Steve. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year to you.
Enjoy. Here's to another year of great theater. Time is 10:23, and we'll send it over to the desk and Pat.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And we're coming right back with a final check of your